Hi there, this is Kathy Crow. Thank you for joining me here at the Crow Cottage. And today I'm all on my own. Jeff's not actually hiding down in the basement today, which is kind of nice. I have my door open, so hopefully I won't get as hot in here. I can turn on the fan, but man, it's been actually pretty cool here in Springfield, Missouri. It's getting down to freezing. I noticed, you know, there were a couple of annuals that when Jeff and I were at the store, because he went with me one time when I had to buy a whole bunch of soil and all, which was very nice of him to do. And he really loved the celosia. Do you know what celosia is? I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but he really liked it. And he's not, you know, the biggest plant fan in the world like I am. So I'm always happy to buy whatever he likes because I like it all. Anyway, we lost those in the frost. There are some purple and red ones still, but I think we lost all the pink ones. They must be the most tender. Anyway, it's a tender one. Those geraniums and pansies, thankfully, those are hardier. Those are actually, I think, perennials in other climates. So we consider them annuals here. All right, I have got my phone going. I think I can see, I'm on, I don't think Facebook will let me be Kathy Crow in two places. So I think, I hope I can see comments. I'm going to try. I have them up. I should be able to see them, and we'll find out if I actually can or not. It's kind of frustrating when they don't show up. They show up here, but that's facing down, you know, when I get going. So I can't see them there. And anyway, so that's the complication. You know, we do have a new catalog coming. And so I think I'm going to sneak in some seasonal branches today. I really love that little bird. I am such a sucker for birds and branches. I know I already have some. You guys are thinking, what? We've got free as a bird. We had some bird thing last year. You know, when I was working on seasonal branches, I noticed the little apple is the perfect size for the apple die that is in this cheerful basket. Now, the dies are still available. The cheerful basket stamps are gone. This is why you need to join a team. Be part of my team. You need to be a demonstrator so that you can get things and get them early before they're gone. Now these, of course, have been around all year long. They just are retired, so that the stamps are permanently gone, but the dies are still available, and it's actually the little apple die that's really super close. I haven't cut it out. There are two of them in this kit, so they're this size. I haven't cut it out with the seasonal branch apple, because I think because there's an apple die in this one, but that apple die is actually designed to cut out a solid apple with, you know, some detailing on it. It's not designed to cut around an image like this one is. This is perfect to match these little dies. So anyhow, I have been enjoying this, but I got out Cheerful Basket and then looked to see if it was still available, and the dies are, but the stamps aren't. You know, everything's on sale right now, so there's a time to get it. Pansy Patch, that is a bundle. That's going to not be a bundle anymore, so if you want it at the bundle price, you're going to have to buy it now. And then, you know, because it's going to be in the new catalog, and I'm going to play with this one today because I don't think I have online. And there's a couple of fancy folds that are cute that I think we'll enjoy, and I have to clean my glasses, so I'm going to put the camera down and get started. Again, thank you for sharing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for commenting. I hate being all by myself, but I can do it. I'm a big girl. I can do the by myself thing. Our daughter, when she was little, used to say, by myself, when she wanted, you know, no help in doing stuff. And this way. Okay, there we go. And yeah, it's been sweet to know that she's kind of getting it back again with her own little girl. She's awfully cute, but I do think, and I don't think Mary will object to me saying this, I think Julia is smarter than Mary was. She's like super smart. Like, oh my goodness, I can't believe she's doing what she's doing. So anyway, it's sweet. It's sweet to have your grandkids be smarter than your own kids, or at least you think they are. Whether they actually are or not is probably debatable, but you think they are anyway, because they're your grandkids, right? All right, now this is all crooked on my desk, but I think it's going to be placed better for you. So I am monkeying with it because it gets annoying when I look at things later and realize, wow, that was like so off kiltered, and that drives me crazy. All right, so I think I'll probably keep playing with it here. It's like I've got problems. I've got serious problems. Like, duh, we already knew that. I've got problems with perfection. Not that I'm perfect, but where I like things to just be as they should be, and it really bugs me when they're not. I'm going to cover up that white space because it always messes with the glare, and I think we're good. Here's my host code if you want to order anything. I'm going to clean my glasses here really quick. I do appreciate your orders very much, and for everybody who orders, I always send something free along with you'll get it after your order, because of course it's coming from me, not from Stampin' Up. Although if you order more $150 or more, I hope you know that you always should, because Stampin' Up gives you rewards for everything that you order $150 or more. You know, you get 10% and then up the more you order in credit to buy more stuff right there in your order. So if you buy $150 worth of something, then you can buy a $15 stamp set or something for free, because it's that rewards. It's a reward item. So, but if you do that, then I will give you an even better little gift on the side as well. So don't forget, if you place your order, use that host code if you're under $150. If you're $150 or more, don't use the host code, because I will get those rewards, not you. And so you want to make sure you're getting them. So don't use that. But always check out with your name and your address and all of that as my customers, so that I know where to send the gifts. All right, so today we are going to start some cutting, and I've got some colors to show you. And let me lay this here like this for a minute, because we've got new colors coming out, and oh boy, they've been very pretty. But today I really did not plan ahead enough to think about what my pansy background color needs to be. So I'm having to stop here for just a second and think about it. I might start out with the seasonal branches first, just because I'm just not really sure. One of the new colors, maybe we'll just go with the lemon lolly. I have been begging for a good clear yellow like this for I don't know how long. So I'm really excited that there's lemon lolly. Lemon lolly is very pretty. So we'll start with lemon lolly, okay? And we're going to do a cute little, we're going to do a window kind of card here. So what we're going to do first is we're going to cut, let me see, what have I got going here? Oh, this is from, so that I don't forget to give her credit for this. This is a very old video I got this off of, but it was from Pat Dominici, Pat's Card Corner, and her website is jumpingintostamping.com. So if you want to see her making her project with this, I don't think she did Pansy Patch, but anyway. So we're going to start with 8.5 by 5.5. That's easy to do, and we're going to score it at 4 1/4. Okay, that's going to be this part of the card, and we're going to do a little die cut on it. The die that you see there is layering circles, but I don't know, is layering circles in the last month's or last year's catalog? I'm not really even sure that it is, because it seems like layering circles has been gone a while. So I'm taking a regular piece of cardstock and just cutting it at 5 1/2. And then that's giving me my 5 1/2 by 8 1/2. And we actually want it to be, 8 1/2. Good. And then we're going to go with 4 1/4 right here. scoring it on the long side. That's the long side. So we're just going to score it at 4 1/4. And then we're going to just fold that in half. Now this one, so we want a circle. Circles actually work best when you are having images go inside and are going to stick out over here a little bit. Okay, I've kind of got some stuff just stuck on here just to get it stuck on here. Not that it's not going to look like this when I'm done. This is just my little template that I have so many of these laying around, because every time I see a project, it might have been one I did before and I did a template for it and I stuck the template away and then yeah, I need a file system in here in this room, a file cabinet, but I don't have room. All right, so anyhow, long story short, I'm going to take a little peek in our old catalog here and see if we have layering circles. I don't think we do. We've got beautiful shapes. We've got circles. Stylish shapes is the circle go-to right now, which is what that is. So we can use stylish shapes. Those are going to be in the new catalog. And they're stitched stylish shapes. And I think the big circle is a good size. So it is. So yes, yes, yes. We are going to use that. And let me pull over. Oh, that was tough. We're going to pull this over and make sure everything's going good. Oh, I forgot to get out a nice clear colored. I use my crummy old plates that are all scratched up when I'm on my own. But for you guys, I use one that's not quite this. It's getting scratched up. I got it out a few months ago. Doesn't matter which side you're going to do. It's going to be the front side eventually. But for now, we are going to just do a die cut and eyeball it. It doesn't have to be perfectly centered, but you want to have it reasonably centered. Although you could have it anywhere you want. In fact, maybe we'll just be daring. And we'll put it down here, and then we'll have our little label up there, okay? So we'll put it more down here in the corner and make this one just a little different probably than any of the other ones that I've done. And that would be nice. Okay, so we're gonna just run that through. I only needed to run it through one time. I just brought it back for ease of seeing it here on the camera. It cuts it out nicely, and then you have this nice stitched edge. Love that. I'm going to save that. I won't be using it on this card, but I bet you I'll use it somewhere else. And voila. All right, so now we have that part, and I'm thinking about what I am going to want to have sticking through here. I am going to want a label. So since I have a circle shape, it's going to be best if it's on a circle, right? But we don't want this one. We want a smaller one so that it's going to go down in there easily. So let's grab out the next one. And for this one, since we're doing this while we just happen to have it all out, we will do this one with white cardstock so that I know that I can do whatever I want with it. I can always sponge it if I don't want it white. I can just... And while I'm here, let's just go ahead with this piece and just do a few labels while I'm right here. I happen to like these flags quite a lot. I use those a lot on all my cards. Do you use those too? I use them a ton. Oh, that one won't quite fit. Let's see if I can get it to fit. No, it won't, I don't think. I don't think they'll all fit on there, so we'll have to use our teeny tiny square. I don't use the teeny tiny square hardly ever, but we're going to stick it in there. And I could use it down there, I bet. In fact, what a dope. Let's do this. Oh, you're so smart. Oh, boy. Oh boy, did you ever watch the, did I lose it? Where is it? No, there it is, okay. Did you ever watch the, either, I'm thinking of Fred Gwynn, either Car 54 or the Munsters. If you did, then you know who Al Lewis is. And you probably already knew who Al Lewis was, but he and Fred Gwynn were in both of those series, and they were so funny. So funny. Herman or Muldoon, either one. They're not terribly bright. Okay, I'm going to run that back through again, even though I might not need to, just because with that many die pieces on that sheet, it might need just a little bit extra here to make sure that it went through okay. So now I have a whole bunch of little labels. I've got the one I need, and I've got a bunch of extras. Now, the thing about Stylish Shapes is that it does leave a nice stitched border. You've got your stitches on your tag, and you have your stitches on, you know, the edges. So if you want to have something nice all around on your card, you can, you know, use a whole sheet and save that sheet so that you can use that stitched borders. I just tend to throw them away. You know, I have so many scraps. How many scraps can you keep that you will use? I limit my scraps to things that I can actually use, and probably I will not use a big piece. Oops, I've got that still in my hand. I don't need it. Let's throw it in there. Okay. All right. So we have those pieces done, and we may come back to it, but now let's do the rest of this little card. Okay, so now we are going to make the part that, this is a Z-fold, okay? So we're gonna make the Z-fold part, and that part is 7.5 by 5.5. Okay, so we're gonna take our other piece of cardstock that we cut. This, of course, is 8.5 by 5.5. So we already have our 5.5. We want to cut this one, though, at 7.5. That way, we're going to have a little bit of wiggle room here and not have things butting up against each other. So 7.5, and we're going to score this at 3.5. Let me put this over here so you can see what I'm looking at. Okay, so we're going to score it at 3.5 inches. Over here on the side, I've written down, in case you're curious, what I'm supposed to be remembering, which is that I already told you, Last Chance products, they're at 60% off, and everything's going. Oh, everything. The new catalog's coming out May 2. And if you need a new catalog, then with every $55 order, you get a free one from me, and you might get a free one from Stampin' Up. I don't really know what their policy for mailing out catalogs is. I think you have to buy it. 3.5 inches. So we're going to score it on the long side, 3.5 inches, and then bring it back to 1 3/4 inch and score that. And then that is going to be our little Z-fold. Okay, I'll tuck you in here, and fold. And if you have already ordered from me and you've ordered more than that amount, then you will automatically be getting a catalog. If you haven't gotten it yet, you're going to get it. You just haven't gotten it yet, but you will. You will, you will. All right, so now this piece is going to glue on into, or tape, you can tape or glue, either way, it into the inside. Now, before you adhere it, though, you will want to see exactly where you want it. I like to leave just a tiny bit of an edge there, so that when my card is closed, none of the fold stuff is showing. Okay, that's all I do. It's nothing too spectacular. And if I do any ribbon, it's going to be, you know, on these parts that are not gonna be glued down. So I don't have to worry about, well, shoot, I glued it and now I want to put a ribbon on there. When you're looking at instructions, it's always wise to kind of read ahead just a little bit when you're looking at card tutorials, because sometimes when I write them, I might forget, oh yeah, Oh yeah, that ribbon, it had to go on before that step, and oh man, and I didn't do it. I forgot or something. So, all right, so let me close this like this so I can eyeball that part right here on the edge so I know I'm getting it right where I want it. Okay. And it is just sticking out a tiny bit on the edge here, and it's not there, but it is there, and I will use my scissors and get that. Okay. All right, because you can see it kind of hanging out down there. And that's just because it was actually 5.5. Of course, if I had cut it at 5 and something else, you know, the measurement is so small that it's just not even worth talking about. And then you just stick it on. It gives you a little wiggle room. And then what you do is you look at your card with it closed, and then just trim off, you know, any excess that you see, because you'll be surprised that even if you were like super exact with your measurement, probably there would be a little excess showing. It's just the nature of imperfections with people and measurements. All right, now some people are more perfect than others. I do agree. See, on the back side, I didn't fold it exactly perfectly, so I see some extra there too. So now I've trimmed that, and I'm eyeballing it to make sure it's not all wonky, and it is just a little. So there, now I fixed it and it's good. All right, so we are going to go on to the circle part. It's going to get stuck on in there. And then we'll get going on our little pansies. So I'm gonna put the circle here. It's going to stick on here so it's in the center like that. And then my little pansies are going to kind of be coming out on the edge. When that happens, it'll work. It'll kind of pop out and be out and around the edge a little bit, and then it still looks good on the inside. I like this fold because it leaves you a big space to write on inside. It's just a fun fold. So that's why it's called a fun fold. It's fun. And then I might use this tag up here at the top with the sentiment. All right, toss that aside. Pansy Patch, you are so cute. You're gonna love these little pansies. I've used the dies and they're cute. They're very detailed and frilly and pretty. I really like coloring them. So we're not going to use the layered ones. I've already done so many, I've done a bunch of those. In fact, I probably have a bunch of them laying around somewhere. Instead of that, we're going to play with some of the new colors and see what we get. Okay, I haven't really used the new colors with these, so this is going to be exciting for me. I'm sorry if you don't get all excited about stamps, and you might start feeling nauseous. But this is going to be fun. One of my favorite kinds of pansies is Etane, and it's yellow with little purple centers, and oh, it's so pretty. So anyhow, all right, so we're gonna go with Lemon Lolly. Again, this is a new color, so if you are a demonstrator, you already were able to get this. I'm gonna stamp it here so I can see exactly how strong that is. That's pretty strong. Let's go with a stamped off variety. Okay, so we'll stamp it off. We'll stamp that there. Now these all have dies, so I can be as careful as I want to. And this is I can see this one is a 2-step one. So if I find where did I stick it? There it is. If I find the other one, I think we're going to take this one and we're going to do the same color, but without stamping off. And I think that's going to look really nice. What do you think? It is so beautiful outside today. When I went down to work out, Jeff said, you're probably going to want to ride your bike like right after because it's really nice out there. But it was still a little bit cold, so I told him, nah. I just went down to the coffee shop and had coffee with him instead because, okay, I have to stop talking because when this is, I have to get my head right in here too. I want to see where I'm positioning this. Okay, so sorry, I really had to do that. Oh, I did it in the reverse order. I'm going to leave that one, but we're going to go ahead and do another one, and I was going to want another one anyway, so it works out, but I want to do this in the reverse order. This one, I think we want this one to be stamped off, and this one we'll do strong. No, that won't work, because I need, okay. That one's just a little too yellowy. We're going to do this one stamped off 2 times, 1, 2, and then that will give us that really super pale yellow. You probably can hardly even see it. And then we'll get a stamped off version of the second stamped off, and then we'll put this one in there. Okay, I kind of got my head out of there so that you could kind of see it. You can hardly see it, but it's stamped strong, just a little much. I'm going to do a small version because it has the little small pansies. Pansies used to be like for funerals and sympathy and things like that. And viola, is it viola or viola? Viola, I think that's the flower, and viola is the instrument. Right? Am I right? Okay, I always get them mixed up. Okay, stamped off. Stamped off. Oops, I got a little dot there, but I think we'll be fine. They have little faces. Did you ever see Alice in Wonderland, the old one? I wouldn't probably watch anything Disney that was new, like ever again. Okay, so we're going to stamp off, and I've got to get my head down in here to see what's going on. Now this one, I think this one is the one I'm going to want to do my purple on. I don't know. I'm going to think about that. But nobody knows the language of flowers anymore, so it doesn't really matter. You can do what you want. You know, I am going to stamp the purple, but I might have to redo it. I'm not so sure I'm going to really like it. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. This is Highland Heather, and I think I'm going to end up with a little too much Highland Heather here. Let me stamp that down there and look. Yeah, that's pretty strong. Let's do that. That's much better, and that. Okay, now that is better. This is the shade I want, and then I can use my pen to get this edge because I want it to just be an edge. I don't really want that much ink for my pansy. I know this sounds like a lot of work for a pansy, but if you're trying to copy a specific one, I mean, that's the way it is. Now, it has its little beard. That's what I'm talking about in its little face, is its little beard. It has them here. They're all over the place. There's the little ones. There's two of these tiny little ones, and then this bigger one, because there's, you know, different ways you can do. This one goes with this one, and this one can go even with that one. You can do all kinds of things. If you don't look at a flower, sometimes you do better not looking at one and just going with what you think looks good, because sometimes I have more trouble if I'm actually trying to copy a flower than if I just do what I want to do. Okay, we're going to go with this one, this beard, the big giant beard. And we're going to do, let's I don't really want to do anything too terribly dark. Let's get Mango Melody. It's pretty dark. It's a dark yellow, and we're going to stamp it off 2 times, and I'm going to do it in this larger one. I don't know that I like that all that well. Let's do, let's stamp it off just 1 time. That's a little bit better. And then I'm going to leave this one wide. I'm going to leave these, I think, alone. There's so many varieties of pansies. Some of them have very marked faces. And then these little, this is more of the viola. And if you know I'm saying it wrong, don't be afraid to correct me. I'm not, like, I don't really care. I'd rather be corrected than keep saying it wrong. Okay, so I could put this little face in here. I kind of prefer mine to not have a little face, but we're gonna, let's look here. That's not bad. I haven't played with these in a long time, so you're getting to the full effect of me just having fun here. And this one, let's do purple, but we are going to stamp that off 2 times. Well, let's stamp it off 1 time. Oh yeah, you're cute. I kind of flubbed that one. So we'll be using that one. All right, we're going to use this one here. That's the smaller one, but do you see that looks pretty nice? I like that. And we're gonna use this one full strength there. Ah, much better. And there is the tiny, tiny little one. I might use that one too. Where are you? Did I use you already? I did. Okay. We're going to use you again because I want to see what I can do here with this. I think I prefer that. That looks better. I might be able to salvage that one. No, can't salvage it. Let's do our yellow in here. I've got so many new plants out there, and I've got a whole bunch coming this week. And, wow, I am going to be busy planting this week. Really busy. I hope. They're supposed to come. I see my little red bud has finally got leaves on it outside, and I'm so glad that everything was really slow to come out because it's been really cold here at times. Okay, I can do that strong because that one is not showing up much. All right, very good. I am going to use my pen, I think, on the rest of this. Now there is fill, the fill color so that you can fill it in without having to actually color. Kind of just depends on what kind of an effect that you want, if you choose to do that or not. I don't really want to have a whole bunch of little lines in there. Like this is a single, not a double petal sort of pansy. So I don't really want a bunch of, you could get a more frilly effect, I suppose, if you do that. In fact, what I could do is show you something else you could do. Oh, brother, I always get started on things and get too carried away, but we're going to go for it anyway. We'll just do another one of these, like this. Okay, that was the wrong yellow, but that's okay. We're going to just live with it. And then let's do the correct yellow since I've got it right here. We'll flip it and we'll just do it again. We'll do 3 here. That one didn't come out enough, so we'll do that one again. All right, and then we are going to take this one, and we're going to do the same thing. No, that's not going to work. Let me do this. Okay, so I just stamped off with my Mango Melody and layered that on there. I do have these. I might use them. Probably won't, but I might. Because you can actually layer your flowers. There is a demonstrator in France, and she layers everything. She fussy cuts it and layers it, and it's beautiful. So if you know where I'm going with this, then you don't even have to watch. But she does beautiful things. So we're going to go like this and this. I think that's all we can get on that. We might get one more right there. And then we're going to get the little tiny pieces. There's little, where are you? It's not this one. There's a little tiny, I guess it is this one. I thought it was a different one, but we're going to use Mango Melody with this one. Okay. All right. Now we're going to start cutting. I better use the die for the outline just to save some time. And then I'll show you what I'm talking about with the layering. And then we'll assemble, okay? I haven't even done any of the greenery. I don't know that I am going to. We'll see. I tend to like these pansies even without the leaves and all, but I'll probably need to add some leaves here in a little bit, but we're gonna just cut now. Oops, little guy, you got out. You're not sticking to my sheet very well, are you? I must have you in the wrong place. That would explain it. Pansy patch. Oh, there are the dies. I was gonna say, where are the dies? I need those. All right, let's move my card and these so we can get going on it. I put some azaleas in the backyard, and I did not have azaleas in Washington State because we lived on the side of the mountains that does not have good soil or enough water for azaleas. But here I thought, well, man, I know I can see that in the park they're kind of wimpy and they don't maybe grow that great in this soil. I don't know. I'm going to give it a try because there's certainly plenty of moisture here for azaleas. Yeah, so we'll see. They don't look great, I have to admit. Right now, they don't look like they're doing really well, and I'm not all that surprised because, like I said, down in the park, my guide is the Nathaniel Green Park. And if it's not doing well in the Nathaniel Green Park, it's probably not going to do very well in my garden. But, you know, because they actually know what they're doing down there with plants, and I don't. But it's all new for me. And I wasn't going to even, I'm only doing bushes. Bushes, you do not have to fuss with as much, you know, deadheading and pruning and fertilizing and weeding around and all of that. They're much, much easier than perennials, so I am not doing perennials. I've got some rose bushes I put in. I'm pretty excited about those. We've got a Mr. Lincoln, and Mr. Lincoln has 3 buds on him. He's brand new out there. Can you believe it? So Mr. Lincoln really likes it here. I'm not surprised. It's a red state. But anyway, it did really well in our old place. When we moved, I went through my garden and made a list of favorite plants so that if I decided to grow anything, I would have my favorites already written down in a list. And I'm really grateful I did that because you forget, you know? I mean, you think you're going to remember these things. My roses that were my favorites back there, most of them were not new. I have 3 maybe new roses that made my list, but I don't think I like that one. Oh, this one I won't have a die for, so we're going to just leave that, and I might fussy cut that one out later. I don't know. These are the only ones we're going to be doing are these, I think. I think those other ones I won't be using. But Mr. Lincoln smells so good. Oh, it got off. That one's not perfectly cut out. That's a shame. Oh, well. Let's be a little more careful in placement this time. All right, now we are going to assemble, and I will be fussy cutting a little, and I'm going to be probably coloring a little bit too. Let's see. Now, Pansy Patch, if I don't want to actually stamp and cut out the greenery, it has some really nice greenery that's, you know, layered and pretty. All right, we're going to come down so you can see what I'm doing here with these little pansies. And hopefully you can see everything fine. We'll see here in a minute if you can. Oh, I lost this one. I should have cut that one out. We're going to just cut this guy out really quick, rather than drag the whole machine out again. If you just have it depends on how easy your machine is to drag around. Normally, I just walk around the desk and use it, so I don't have to drag it around. But when I'm doing this with you guys, I have to actually hoist it over. And it's not terribly heavy, but it's not exactly light either, you know. All right. I'm going to look here for a minute and see. I'm going to leave this one white. I like that. And I'm going to use my marker. Get out all of my pens here. Let me find, not Gorgeous Grape. You want Highland Heather. There you are. Okay, now this is the marker. Normally I use blending pens, but for this one, right here, I think this one, where's the one I want to do? See, do you see how there's this white edge? I don't really need the white edge, but I am gonna make these edges just a little darker. Not, the markers are really good for drawing. They're not so great for coloring, but they're not bad for drawing. And if you want to darken an edge and make it stand out a bit more, it's gonna make a nice thin line. Now we are having new markers because there's new colors, right? So you have to have new markers, and there's going to be a little bit of an improvement on the markers. I really like this fine tip, but it is so fine that it dries up faster than it should. And I've lived with it, you know. I've just bought more pens than I probably needed just to keep this nib alive. And I use it by just dipping it into ink on the side sometimes to use that nib. So I'm really happy about the new markers. Their new nib on this end is going to be a little bit fatter and it's going to live longer. So I am going to need to get new pens, it sounds like. Okay, that just sort of cleaned that up a tiny bit. I kind of wanted it to be a little darker around the edge there. And I also want, I want one of these, this one, to have a little bit of a ruffled purple edge, but I'm not going to use this because that edge is going to be fatter. So I'll need my actual markers for that, blending pens. Your blending pens are your alcohol blending pens. They do such a nice job of coloring. So they're the things you use for coloring. So here's the dark Highland Heather. I'm going to use the small nib. And we're going to go around. We're going to do little ruffling, though. I don't want it to look like there's no ruffling. And so follow your lines. You can kind of see where they are. Okay. We're going to make this one a nice ruffled looking pansy. Okay, like that. And then this one. Oh man, you are so cute. Too cute. I'm gonna have to make this one a little fatter on the bottom because there was some white there that I don't really want. Maybe I'll just get my yellow and figure that out. All right, so if you want to, you can color all the edge so that it's not, you know, showing white, but it won't look ruffly if you do that. So for me, I am going to use my scissors and just go wiggly wiggly, and then we'll have a nice ruffly edge for my little ruffly pansy. Do you know what I'm talking about with the ruffly pansies? They're so cute. I haven't seen any here in Springfield. I haven't been to the plant stores all that often because this is the first year that I've been actually looking at plants. We, you know, took us a whole year just to kind of get our house in order, and I was focused on that. And now I can go, well, it's part of a weight thing. You know, Stampin' Up! Costs me some money, but when you compare how much money it costs me to what I would have to spend to stay reasonably fit because my body wants to be fat so bad, this Stampin' Up! Is like gardening. I think I want some ruffly here too. I'm not sure I like that straight edge. We're gonna ruffle you out. I like the ruffle. Like little girl pantaloons on a cute dress, old-fashioned dress. Okay, there we go. And those I'll leave. And if we're going to do that with that one, we might want to do it with this one. But that one, I forgot its face. But we're going to layer its face. Let's see what kind of a face we're going to layer here. I think we're going to layer this one. So we probably don't need to do anything with that. Maybe. Maybe we'll do this. All right. Little pansy, you're so cute. All right, here we go. There. And we'll have to fix that one. And I like that one so much, we're going to do that with this one too. This is a little more time than I was planning on spending with these stupid pansies, but they'll be worth it. There. layer. That one, let's layer here and see what I think. I don't think I like that, actually. I'm going to want to leave that one all alone. I might not use these layered ones. I don't think I'm going to like them layered. Some flowers lend themselves to the layered effect better than others. That one maybe not so bad. I don't know. We'll see. Let's do one more with a ruffled edge. And I think that might tie it together a little bit better. And the idea is if it's ruffled, it's got to be sort of random. And that's the hard part when you're coloring, is to actually make it random. Doing squiggles, you know, is fine for speed and time, but it doesn't really... It doesn't give you the randomness you need. I went out and watered because those little new plants, man, they get dried out really fast. It's going to be really nice when they are not new anymore and I don't have to do all of that. Okay, so now that I've done that, I kind of need to ruffle my edge. So one of the other things that she does when this lady, I don't know how to pronounce her name because she's got a French name, and you would know who I'm talking about if you are just looking for various cards. I mean, she colors things amazingly, but it's this layered thing that she does that's very time consuming. So some of her projects are pretty elaborate. I don't think I've hardly ever seen a project she did that didn't lend itself really well to it. So I'm really new at it. I'm figuring out what ones. I'm not sure that the Pansy really is going to layer nicely. She just did not too many weeks ago a peony. Is it prized? It's not prized peony. That's an old one of ours. We have a stamp set though that's got a bunch. It's a cluster of peonies, and I wasn't all that fond of it until I saw what she did with it. It was, the layering was so cool. Okay, now if you like your dies to have a little rim, fabulous, but if you don't, you are going to be doing this. Sometimes I trim, sometimes I don't. It just depends on what kind of an effect you're going for at the moment. That one is light enough at the edge, it's not going to matter. And this one it's ruffling, so you might as well cut off the white if you're going to be ruffling. And you can use, I have used those fancy edge shaped scissors for this sort of thing, but since those are a pattern, you just have to be careful that you're not doing that pattern if you're trying to get a random edge to it. This one I didn't quite stamp correctly, so we are going to ruffle it. Like a potato chip. Okay, let's get rid of my little trash bits. And we'll get finished with this card. All right, so here is the little label we're going to stick on there. And let me grab this and see how this is going to look. This is going to go like this. And my little pansies are going to be fitting on here like so. Not sure how I'm going to do them because I haven't figured out which ones I like and which ones I don't yet. I don't know if I'm going to want to use that. Might not like it. That's going to go on there, maybe. We'll see. We'll see. I haven't decided. So I'm not sure I can get very many. They're pretty big. And so we might end up with just one so that I can put my sentiment here. And then I don't know that I want a whole cluster of pansies here. I mean, I have my space for a sentiment there, so I can do that. Yeah, let's do that. All right, so if we're going to do that, we can use our big label at the top for my sentiment. What have we got? This one probably is more of a support sort of sentiment thing. And it's not long. I need a fairly good sized one for this one. So let me grab out. Let's see, what have we got? I know I'm looking. Hip, hip, hooray. No. I'm just not seeing what I want here. Right behind me. I usually keep all my new stuff right behind me, and I'm not seeing anything there. All right, we're going to go with a hello from Biggest Wish. I think there's a pretty good sized hello that will work. Let's see. We've got hello, and then we can put a little pansy on that. So we'll use our Highland Heather. We'll put our hello there. And then we will adhere a little pansy on the edge. There are some nice little stars on this one that you can stick on there too if you want. I don't think I need anything like that. All right, so that's gonna go like this. Now let's do our circle. I'm gonna go ahead and adhere it, and then I'm gonna layer my pansies on it. Let's just put some glue on the side. There is room, if there's a very little room, but if you had a die that was just a tiny bit bigger, you could use it. Just, you know. I'd rather just have the, I'd rather have lots of room for my flowers to go in and out on this. Okay, so let's look here. This one, I wasn't really all that fond of. It could probably go there. And then that one, we're gonna go like this. This one, maybe like this. That one's gonna go there. Okay. That one can go there. All right, so if we're gonna layer anything, now what she does is she actually layers by cutting out every piece and stamping a whole new one. But I'm not gonna stamp all of, I'm not gonna do that with all of these, I don't think. Could maybe go like this. This part is usually down in the flower pretty deep. So we'll take that one off. Just sort of like doing surgery. All right, so we've got this piece like that, this piece like that, this one. These also could be layered. Okay, so it's like all the petals that it has, and then it becomes a little puzzle piece. And you do want these extra, pieces. That one's nice. I'm gonna have that one on the top. I like that one. Okay, so you want to keep your pieces so that you can kind of know what's going on. And then you need a bunch of mini dimensionals. A bunch. Oh, I have white ones. I thought I had a whole package of white ones. What did I do with them? I don't see them. Let me go grab some white mini dimensionals. I think I have them. I've got a bunch of regular ones. What did I do with the... Did I not buy any minis? There's some. Boy, I'm going to have to buy some because I have 2 sheets, it looks like. That's not enough. All right, so let's see here. We have this one here. We're going to use my bone folder. She uses the bone folder and gives dimension to these images like this. So they end up looking, you know, like real flowers. Pretty incredible what she does. All right, I'm just going to put one in the center right there for now. We're going to put you there, like that. And then we're going to use the bone folder, give these guys their little edge. Just put a little one there. And that one we're going to stick, like, is that where it went? Now I've kind of lost track of where it went. Where did you come from? I thought you were here. Okay, we're going to go like that. One of them had, oh, it was this one, wasn't it? No, it's not that one. That one's going to be there. It's sort of like Barbie clothes. Have you made Barbie clothes before? Oh my goodness. I had a long time ago, apparently, and forgotten how difficult it is because the pieces are so small. Oh my goodness. It wasn't that much fun. And I've got a big mess down in my downstairs space, and I need to get it cleaned up, and I need to use up the fabric I've got down there ready to go for Barbie clothes. Okay, I must have done something wrong here because I'm not seeing the shape of the pansy quite the way I want there. All right, so let's look at one of these little faces. That goes with that. That one goes with that. No, I don't have any other pieces, so I don't know what I did. But anyhow, we're going to put you guys here. All right, so we're going to do, this is a deep, deep inner part. We want this to be really, really dark in here because it goes down into a tunnel, sort of. When you're looking at these flowers. And so this is another reason I like flowers, and I had missed them in my own yard. I think that one goes like that. Yeah, it does. Oops, I better do the bottom one first to get the placement correct. All the butterflies and moths and, you know, hummingbirds and bees and all of that. I've just missed that in our yard. When you have just grass and a tree, basically, is all that was back there. I missed it. So we have those back again. My first really beautiful, I don't know the names of butterflies. Oh, it was so pretty, though. Cute little butterfly. Came fluttering in and landed on our few, I only have a few lilacs, but there are a few of them out there. Okay, so do you see, you get dimension as you build your flower. It is time consuming, but you can do this with any flower out there. I'm gonna have to find one that's a little less time consuming than these pansies. These have, their parts are a bit too distinct. to really do this as effectively. Okay. Okay. All right, and then the idea is the pansy's going to come out on the edge here a bit too, and it's going to, hold it in here. All right, this one we are going to do like this. Okay, just the dark Highland Heather and then the lighter one. And then I'm going to use this really dark pen here for the very center. That one we will leave alone just to make sure that we're not taking too much time here. And I don't know that I even liked that layered one as well. I'm going to have to work on it. I think it'll look really good when I get it. I don't care for that. It's not that great. It needs something in the center. So I'll work on it and get you fixed up later. Let's try to cover you up a little bit. Sort of an embarrassment to me. All right, there you go, little friend. I might even stick a better one over you. Okay, maybe you would like just to put your put it like that. I don't like that. You see, I want to see the distinct petals. So this time, let's not cut it all apart because that was hard for me to figure out what my parts were. We're gonna just almost, but not quite. Okay, and then we're going to carefully on this one round those edges. And we're going to stick you to another one. Hello. Come on, you can do it. You can do this. There we go. Get yourself in there. All right, very good. There. I didn't like how that was laying, so I need that to be under. It's still not cooperating. There we go. All right. Under, like underwear. There. That one's got a crease in it. It's no good. And I have a sharp little corner right there. A clip. All right. So now we've got that. And we can continue our curling. Okay. If it wasn't for that, we'd be golden. Let's do this guy. We're going to stick that one on there. I don't know if I want all of you. Let's go with this, like this, and like this, and like that. Okay, and then the top, we need that in there. But we also need that to be colored. Let's grab I've got Lemon Lolly in here. So let's do, all of our new colors are going to have both, is that dark? Yeah, that one's the dark one. Gonna have, you know, blending pens and markers. I'm so glad, because sometimes they don't do that, and I hate that when they do that. All right, there we go. All right, we're gonna put you up here and hide my little flawed spot. And that, the light lemon lolly is just barely light enough. It's kind of not quite what I want there. So we're just gonna do little strips, not get a whole full effect of that color. And then we need the fine pen here to add our center and our little bearded poof out. You just kind of want to not make it look like a spider is the only thing. And I'm gonna actually put, I'm gonna put a double layer of my little mini there and see if that gives me my, yeah, that's much better. It just gives you a much better dimension. Okay, that one, this one turned out much better than that one. We're gonna cover you up. All right, very good. That's gonna be good. This is a lot of pansy. We need something else here. A lot of pansy. I might like that one on top better. If I get going too much, though, I'm going to end up having such a fat card. I'm not going to be able to send it to anyone. Since I'm not liking this lemon lolly, it's too dark. So I'm going to use the dark lemon lolly to make this darker. And in doing that, my lemon lolly is going to work better here on the edge. It makes it look not quite as dark as it was. Now it works better. And we do, of course, have the pen lemon lolly also. Let's try it. I haven't used it yet. Let's see how dark it is. It's not that dark, so that's a good thing. But I do like, some of them do have a white center. I prefer the dark centers myself. All right, so we're gonna do that, and we're gonna stick that on here without too much hoopla. Just to kind of cover up that one I don't like. And then this one will stick in here. I think like that, and then that's gonna hold my circle in pretty well. And it's still going to, I better fasten that on. That's not gonna stay very good with just one. We're gonna get it pretty close here though. There. Okay. Since it's going to stick off the edge, I'm going to put my dimensionals on this side of it and then not on the other side. Okay, like that. All right. I still feel like we need a border of some kind right there. But since I don't have that, I am going to stick in another pansy. Maybe right on the top. No, that will cover it too much, and I don't like that one. What else do we have here? I did a bunch. That one wasn't too bad. I don't want to have to bother stamping another one. So let's just do some I don't know if I want greenery in here. Yellow is really pretty, but if you, I don't know, for me, I don't like to put too many colors with yellow. Maybe some ribbon or something. Or dots. I think what I actually need is I just need a tiny bit of a circle right there. And I actually, because I have so many dies, I can find what I need. It might be hard if you're, just starting out, you don't have all of these. I have the size I need right here. And then I will need to use my smaller circle to cut down so that I can get it around there. And then that'll give me a nice little border. Let's see if this one will work better. These are those layering circles. Yeah, that one's a little bit too big, so it's probably this one that I need. Yeah, it is. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that, and I'm going to cut a Highland Heather piece. Let me see if I've got a Highland edge just around it, because my circle needs to just be a bit bigger. Not quite big enough. Let's see. I think I've got Highland Heather over here. Where are you? All right. Let's move that up. And we'll just cut out a piece of Highland Heather. Let's see how that looks. And that's much better. It's just going to tie in my Highland Heather a little bit better with the lemon lolly and all that. And this is just like too much. too many flowers. Too many flowers. It's okay. I'm just not fond. I'm not terribly fond of it. I think what the problem is that I get a little disappointed with my flowers just because they're not, this is particularly one that I like. If it's not one that I care about all that much, it's okay. But when it's a flower I really love, I really want it to look like that flower. And when it doesn't, I'm always just a little disappointed with it. All right, so we've got our background circle on there that I shouldn't have had to do. If you tuck your flower under here, you see it'll keep it closed to some degree. If you are having problems with it, make sure you bone folder, burnish all of those edges, and then that'll help keep it down too. If that is bugging you, you can always add a ribbon. A ribbon is always something nice to add to these cards. Now this one I'm just leaving like that, and we'll put a white piece inside to write on. And we're going to put this here, and then I still need one of my pansies on that I actually was going to use there. Oh well, we'll figure it out. This is one that is just, I don't know. I need to play with the layering flower thing. I need to work on that. I'm not confident in it. But it is a technique that looks really, really cool when you can do it right. Even this looks okay. It's not bad. I'll be happy to send this to someone, but it's just that I think it could look better. So we'll put that little guy up there. That'll look fine. And we are going to move on to our next project because I do have one more that I want to do. Let's do you like that. Okay, you are sunny and bright. And if they like pansies, they'll like it. All right, so let me clean up my mess and we will go on. So that was a Z-fold, a circle Z-fold, a window Z-fold, something like that. And I ended up with another circle. Got two of those. I got my Lemon Lily, I got my Highland Heather, but we're not going to use those colors. And the next card is easier to do. Won't take very long at all. It is a Z-fold as well. Now this one goes like this. Okay, we've got, it's a double Z-fold. We're going to cut one piece, 4 1/4 by 11, and then we're going to score that. Here are the places we're going to score it at. Let me think here. What colors do I want to use on this one? I think I'm going to go ahead with my bubblegum. This is bubblegum, another new color. It's very pretty. I like all the pinks. It's hard to dislike a pink. So we're going to cut this the long way here at 4 1/4. And then we will score it at 2 3/4 and 5 1/2. Okay, so 2 3/4 and 5 1/2. And then we're going to cut one more. Take this piece, and this piece gets cut at 3 1/2. Okay, so we'll put it at 3 1/2. There we go, 3 1/2 by 9 3/4. 9 3/4. And then this one also gets scored at same scoring place, 2 3/4 and 5 1/2. This particular design is really nice with designer paper. Let's see, I want to go like, how does this go? So yeah, it's an accordion fold. I need this one to go. Let's go like this and like this, like an accordion fold. And that's how this one goes too. Small one goes away from you. This one comes towards you. And they're going to layer on like this. Okay, so let's cut our designer series paper for it. If I can find some good pink. Bubblegum pink. All right, well, while I'm looking for bubblegum pink, let me help you see our new daisy paper. The daisy paper is really pretty. There are these that you can cut apart. There's 2 sheets of that. I've already used all of that one. That one had blah, 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 blah. Pretty peacock in it, and it was so beautiful. I used it all on one card. It's gone. I don't have any more of that one. And that is, oh, that wheat. This is pretty. So we are going to put this one on there. So let's hang on to that one. They're all daisies. This is the Cheerful Daisy bundle. This is beautiful and has the pretty peacock. with it. And Pretty Peacock is going really, really nicely with our new wild wheat color. It's very pretty, very earthy. Okay, so if you like, and pecan pie is too. So if you, oh, look at that, so gorgeous. Oh, that one just jumps right out. That lemon lolly in here is just like, whew, nice. And then we have a balmy blue, another blue. So I love it. I like earth colors, landscapes, more than the fun. I'll have to do that on my own. That's too problematic. Better than the whimsical kind of stuff. So I really like the colors, but I'm sure not everyone's as fond of them as I am. Okay, I think this is going to look really pretty here. So we're going to use the DSP. So let's cut out, we're going to want, let's see, what am I doing here? Let me think about this. We need DSP here, we need it here, and we need it here and here. Okay. Let's see, do I want it there and there? I'm trying to think how I want this design to look. Yes, I do. Okay, so we're going to have one big one here. So for this one, we need this to be 4 by 5 1/4. So let's cut the 5 1/4 side first, and then the 4-inch side like this. And we'll just glue that right on. This is a super cute and easy card to make. It's goes together really fast, kind of like the Joy Fold. Joy Folds are really good too. I think this one and the Joy Fold are my favorite folds. Just because they're easy and they always turn out really well. Okay, so that's there, and then I do think I want another piece here. So for this piece, this is going to be 2.5 by 4. So let's do 2.5 like this, and then 4 like that, and then that's going to go there. Oh boy, very good. Our coffee shop isn't doing scones anymore. My brain goes to scones. I love scones, and why aren't they? I'd like to ask them, I guess. Why is she doing scones anymore? I do want it there. So this is another 2.5 by 4. So this is 2.5. We just did that. That's the extra bit. So we'll cut 4 inches there. And I don't want to make my own, because when I make my own, I like them a lot. And then I eat many. And when my coffee place that Jeff and I go to, any of them, makes scones, I get 1. And I can handle 1. But I can't handle 10. Actually, my recipe doesn't make 10 in mine. Jeff eats a few, but I'm the scone fiend. All right, so we want one more DSP here. So for that one is 2.5 by 3 1/4. So let's go 2.5 and 3 1/4. For this piece right here. I am not going to get out the daisy stamps. I'm going to use those on another day. This is just really pretty paper. I like it. We're going to use something else, but paper, using the paper today. Okay, so this is going to go like this. I'm ready now to assemble this card. So you first glue this part down where you want it. Now, if you're going to stamp anything on it, do it now. I'm actually going to just use it all for writing. I think and we're going to put a label on here. It's going to kind of cover some of it, you know. So anyway, but just saying, if you're going to do anything with it, do it now before you get it on there. You can stamp things on a flat surface, even if it's all assembled. It's just that you have to mask the areas you do not want to have covered up. Okay, so get it out here before it dries so you can make sure this edge is about the same as that edge. And then once you've done that, you can glue this side. You're only going to glue, and you can, if you want to, you can use dimensionals, and that kind of looks good too. This being up a little bit, you know, raised up. I do like that as well. But to fit flat in a card, I think we're going to go ahead, and I'm probably going to put something on there. So let's just do glue today. And close it, and then you can lay it down so that it'll be nice and flat in your envelope. Voila. If you want DSP there, you can do that, and then you've got your label going on and all that, but I'm going to leave that because I want this pink border. And, let's see. What do we want? We want a white shape. I'm going to use seasonal branches. Seasonal branches, you're so cute because you have that little bird. I love that little bird. He's so fun. We've got more robins in our yard here than we had in the Tri-Cities, and I love that. And I've read when I was there were a lot of robins in the Tri-Cities. The reason we didn't have any hardly is because they like more open spaces, and we have that here. I love to garden. We've been in that house a long time, so I was able to have a pretty good sized garden. So you see how this is going to stick out like this? All right, we're going to cut a piece of white cardstock from this. Uh-oh, did I use all my white? I better grab another sheet. Five and a half. Oops. No. All right. And I would normally just stamp and then cut, but I'm doing this way just for speed. That way I know I've got exactly my size to work with, and it's just going to make things go a little bit faster to not be messing around with wondering. Now, the branch this stamps the branch, and it has a twiggy die branch. So this is the branch that you use to cut out, you know, the stamped image, and then there's this little one too, but it also has these little twiggy ones. I really like these little twiggy ones. They're cute. And on my cards that are on Pinterest right now, I did it both ways. But I actually really liked the twiggy branch. So I think we're going to stick with the little twiggy branch. I'm going to go ahead and stamp right on here with the branch so I know where I'm working. Okay, so let's go ahead and take out the branch. The seasonal branches, and it is so cute. It's a really good multi-season one. There's apples for fall or summer. There's flowers for spring. There's leaves for summer or fall. There's berries that you could do in the winter or fall. You know, I really like this sentiment. It says, may you feel sheltered in the love that surrounds you. And there's also a sending an abundance of, and then you've got all these things, you know, love, happy birthday wishes, get well wishes, or thanks. So it's a really good multi-purpose kind of stamp set. If you don't have a whole lot of sentiments, you know, it's a good one. All right, so this is pecan pie. This is one of our new colors. I'm going to stick that right there. And then if you had, you know, if I put that on regular white and cut it out, there would be a tiny bit of a white edge all the way around. So I'm going to shut my door. It is staying nice and cool in here with the door open. But I see Jeff is just rolling in, wondering if I'm done yet, although I've told him many times I am probably not going to be done, but he's bored, you know. I can stay out all day long shopping and going to the park and looking at plants and hiking and riding my bike. He, not so much. He's pretty funny. All right, so now the flowers, you can cut those out and stick them on. They look really good that way. Let me grab my scrap that I was cutting on. Because I think, just to make it easy, we're going to do it that way. We'll do our leaves. No, this is going to, I don't want leaves on this one. We're going to do flowers on this one. And we are going to use our bubble gum. Or no, not bubble gum. I keep calling it bubble gum. It's actually bubble bath. Okay, bubble bath. So cute. You don't even have to color these. They're so pretty. Really nice. They cut out really nicely too. And then we're going to do a little bird. I'm just going to do one little bird. And I'm going to stamp that with black. He has little black feet. Don't, you know, be too concerned about how he looks. Because if you're going to, you know, you can try, he's pretty nondescript. Just general bird. So you can kind of make him... you can't do a jay or a cardinal or a, you know, woodpecker or anything. But other than those birds, you can pretty much make him any kind of medium-sized to small little bird that you want. So I think if you just don't worry about it so much, you'll enjoy what you get. Okay, let me think about this here. I think we're going to want to layer this here. And I'm going to want a tiny, tiny bit of sentiment right here on the top. So let's use our bubble bath pink. Oh, no, let's not. Let's use this background color is Moody Mauve. Is it Moody Mauve or Moody Mauve? How do you say it? Do you say it Moody Mauve or Moody Mauve? And I'm going to do your In My Thoughts on this one. It's a nice, simple stamp. Let's see what the second generation is. Yep, second generation is really what that background color is in the in the daisy. Either that or my Moody Mauve is just super inked up right now, and it is a brand new one, so it probably is just super inked up right now. I'm glad to see this color back. I like it, and I don't remember what's similar. but I'm pretty sure we had something like that a long time ago, and I liked it a lot. Our Rosy Rococo Rose, that's what it is. Rococo Rose is sort of close, kind of, and I miss that color. It's really a pretty one. All right, so I'm going to take the dies and cut out the branch and the bird. Oh, I better color that bird before I actually cut out the bird. So let's cut out the little branch and the flowers. If I can get it lined up right. I'm close. There we go. I'll just have to drag it over again for the little bird. All right, so you can just stick your flowers on there. It looks good. You don't even have to. I kind of liked having another twig branch to stick on and have some of the branch go under and some on top, but it's really not even necessary because they're super cute. They're gonna really like it. Oh, there's the white mini dimensionals. I thought I had a sheet out. That's almost done. All right, I do have jokes over on this side, but I've sort of covered them up with all kinds of supplies. I do have a lot of new stuff right now. It's sort of all over the place. If you guys gotten your spaces cleaned out so you can put away all your new stamps and dies and inks and papers and all of that, because they've got a lot of new stuff coming. Oops. No. Do I want it this way? Not really. I really want it this way. Okay, we're going to do it there because I kind of want a twig for my bird to sit on. And the little bird, he's so cute. We do want some pink in him. So we'll get our... Did I get it out already? Did I label it Bubble Bath? Oh, good, I did. I thought for a minute I had labeled it Bubble Gum because I keep calling it Bubble Gum. So we're going to do a nice pink belly for him. Oh, yeah, you're so cute. Too cute. We'll make it a little orangey since total pink is probably not a normal bird color. So I just went over the light lemon lolly over that Bubble Bath, and I'm going to go over, darken up the edges again a little bit. And then he has a really cute little bird look to him, right? Again, you're not going to find many birds probably with this color belly, but I don't care. And then let's put a little bit of this around his little eye. Just a little bit. Okay. And what have we got? We've got all kinds of nice new earthy colors. So I can color my little bird without having to gin up other stuff. I've got ivory, and we've got, what else have we got? We've got crumb cake. We've got smoky slate, or I know, gray granite. Have we got a light one? Yes, light gray granite. We've got a light smoky slate. And we have a lot of light pens now in the flesh tone thing. So like this one is a 700. That one's very, very light. There's an 800 in here too. I don't see that one, but that one's very light. Anyway, we have enough for me to work with. And I am going to start with ivory. Let's see what that looks like. It's pretty good. Then we're going to work our way to dark crumb cake. Just to put a little bit of darker color on him. And is this gray granite? Yes, light gray granite. For just a little gray in his feathers. On the top of his head. And on the bottom particularly. There. That, he's pretty dark. I don't really want him to be any darker colored than that. Isn't he cute? If you're coloring and you get him just a little too light, use you can always use the white color lifter. Okay, use your light color lifter, and then you can remove some coloring if you get it too dark. I kind of like it to be a little lighter around his eye, just so I can see it really good. And then I'm just doing this to color that color out. I don't want my tip to be colored. All right, very cute. He's looking pretty good. All he needs is a nice orange beak. And I'm going to use a marker. This is very old terracotta tile. That'll work. And he's got very black feet. I'd rather have made them orange, but oh well. Black is probably more standard for what birds have. And then we can cut that one out. Get him in on the card. We're almost done. What do you think? Seasonal branches. It's a real winner. I have so much fun doing like so many different kinds of cards with seasonal branches, and it's going to be a really popular one for the fall. It's going to be really nice for that. Oh, little bird, you're so cute. All right, now let's stick our little bird on here. If I can find my, there it is. No, that's the pansies. No, that's the bird, right? No, I got the pansy dies out still. I'll have to get those put away. We're going to put him right there so his little feet are sticking right there. I don't really need him to be up any higher. He's pretty high. So I'm going to just put some glue right here on my flowers for him to stick to. Maybe I'll do just a tiny piece. It's dimensional for his feet, just a tiny piece. So that his feet aren't dangling there. Come on, you can do it. It's a tiny, tiny dimensional, teeny tiny. Right there. He's got room under his head, so let's put a little mini dimensional right there. I've lost my dimensionals again, but I'll use this black one. It's handy. Voila. Okay, almost done. It's so cute. And then you'll have room inside. Again, you could have written on, I like to have plenty of room to write on. You know, I always need to have a lot of space, it seems like, to write. I mean, that's just me, what I do. So let's see. I'd really like to have, it needs either a bigger border under it. And I don't really want a border or some ribbon. And I think I've got some Moody Mauve. Is it mauve or mauve? I keep asking, but nobody's telling me. I guess no one really wants to commit. Okay, so this is our new Moody Mauve ribbon. It's pretty. And I think we might want to just do a piece like that. Like that. Cut that again. These are not my ribbon cutting scissors. They're pretty dull. Okay, so we're going to lay our ribbon here, like that. So let me grab some tape. This is our stamp and seal. Let me get it started. Check where I'm going to do it again. Like right here. And like right there, that, and there. That will hold really well. Okay, so if you've ever tried other tape and been disgusted that it didn't hold very well, you just need to get our stamp and seal. It works great. And I need this to go that way, and that one to go that way. All right. And then that's going to go like that. So cute. Okay, now I have a bunch of dimensional packages like all over the place. Why can't I find them? I keep having to start up a whole new one. This is what happens. I end up having a whole bunch of packages half used, laying all over the place. This is going to take some wear and tear, so I'm putting a bunch on here. Just thinking it gets opened and shut a lot. All right. Seasonal branches, you are cute, cute, cute. And for your final touch, we have got some Moody Mauve. Moody Mauve dots. These are cute. I actually like these too. Now they're the winter one, the wild wheat color. Aren't they pretty? Wild wheat is a weird color. It's like crushed. It's not as bad as crushed cream, but it definitely is going to take some getting used to. We'll use our Moody Mauve ones here. One. Two. And we'll use our big one right there, medium-sized one. Man, they're stuck on that sheet really good. Kind of funny. It is stuck on that good. And then maybe down in the corner. You know what? I think I would, instead of putting it down in the corner, I would put some other, you know, like maybe do the mirror image of this bird and have him facing that way and sitting down there. I think that would be cute. All right, so that is it. Those are our two projects. These are my fun fancy folds that are pretty easy, pretty easy to do. And I like that one. This one, I did not care how my pansies turned out, but that's okay. You don't always have what you want, but I do still like the fun fold. It's a really good one. I'm just going to have to tweak it with something other than the pansies. I just need to make those pansies better. I've made better pansies. I don't know why these didn't turn out very good. They look okay. They just kind of look funny. But this guy, he's cute. Cute, cute, cute. So I hope you had a good time watching, seeing different kinds, two different designs, but 2 different stamp sets, the daisy paper, but mainly I just wanted to show these 2 fun folds and all the different things that you can do with that. Make sure you check out my Pinterest page and store, and if you could subscribe to YouTube, I would really appreciate it. My battery is low. I better get going on that. Hey, Andy, it's nice to see you. I did not see that you were on, so I don't know if you commented, but if you did, oh, you did. I cannot believe I don't see comments on my phone, my other phone. It was supposed to be showing them to me. Now, I am all red, but I'm actually quite cool today. It stayed nice in here. And so that's just the summer me. I'm all red in the face and hot and bothered, I suppose, but I'm really not. I'm quite comfortable. And it's just from being in the sun a lot. I'm going to be in the sun a lot. That's the way it goes. And so you have a wonderful week. Be ready for that new catalog coming out very soon now. Are you excited? I am. I've got what, I was allowed to order on my pre-order, but there are a bunch of things that I still want to get. Although, now next week I'm going to have to get out the Lazy Days. I've been putting that off because that is a stamp set that I am probably going to, that one and the Crafting with You, I'm going to be just making cards all over the place with those. So I need to get my planting of my garden done, the bushes and stuff that's coming this week. I need to get that all done so that I have time to really craft with those stamp sets that I know I'm going to just be spending tons of time with those. Every time I make a card, it just gives me ideas for the next card, and then I have to do that, and then the next card, and then the next card. That's just kind of the way it works. So once I get started, I can't put it down. Do you do that too? Have a good week. Be ready for all the new things to purchase. And again, if you need a catalog, let me know. Go ahead and any order of $55 or more, I will send you a catalog, and you will be all set and ready to craft. Thanks a lot for joining me. I will see you next week, 1 o'clock Central Time, and have a safe, blessed week. Bye-bye.